Okie dokie. Let's have a look now. I need to figure this out. What's happened to the chat? What's going on? Okie dokie. I have got no idea if anybody's watching because I can't find the I can't find any of the chats. Where the hell are they? Chat. Oh bugger, wrong one. View. Chat. Anyone around? Now, does that go to... I heard a noise. Right, that's there. You'd think I'd have this tech figured out by now. Right, so whatever I put in there, I should get... Okay, so... Right, I was just going to come online and mess around and just do show you some of the stuff I've been doing lately, but I've got a couple of questions on my YouTube channel. Where are they? If I can find it. So, right, so somebody called Fire Skeleton has said, hello, I wanted to ask you for your help. I found the use of the site to create images of landscapes and spectacular things very intuitive, but now that I wanted to create new cards for Clash Royale using the Disney style, they don't come very well. Do you have any tutorials that select the best data for this style of game? Right, so at the risk of sounding old and out of touch, I have no idea what Clash Royale is. So, and I assume it's some sort of, you know what, I'm not even going to guess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and help this person out somewhat. Is that Kemi Kemi? Hi there. Yeah, I'm good. Been a busy couple of weeks, hence I've not been online at all. My girlfriend broke her elbow, so I've kind of been learning to drive and doing all kinds of stuff. But I'm back now, and I'm going to try and do these a wee bit more um, regular and see what we can get up to. But for now, I'm going to try and answer this guy's question. And let's see, this might be a good example to find out how easy or how hard it is to deal with this kind of stuff. So, first of all, Clash Royale. I've got no idea what that is. I assume it's a game of some kind. So let's have a look. Clash Royale, enter the arena. So is it like a digital version of these board games that you used to get? View all. Let's see if we can get an idea of what. So I think it's probably these types of cards he means. I think. Is there anywhere we can see all the characters maybe? What we got? New update. What if I go Clash Royale characters? Right, what if I can get some images of them? Oh, wait a minute, I've done some of this before. What did I do it on now? Did I do it in here? God, it's going to take ages to try and find them if I've done them in here. Alright, wait a minute. If I do this, I can at least see more. But I think it was part of one of the games in Night Cafe. I done something. I'll just have a quick. I've done thousands recently. I'm not going to find it because I don't think it was that far back. Hi Chubs. Yeah, I'm not doing any Halloween stuff. I just want to try and help this guy out who asked the question about Clash Royale. So let's have a look. So he wants to make cards. I assume it must be these kind of game cards and whatnot. So I guess ranking all cards. Let's have a look at that. See if I can get some. What I'm trying to do is get. Oh, I don't want. That's definitely not what I want. I want to get an idea for what they are, and then see if I can. So Clash Royale cards. Let's have a look. See if I can find some keywords or something that I can use. Right, so it looks like that'll be some of the characters, I assume. Right, let's start with. So what I normally do, right? I've never done anything like this before. I'm not really into. I've not really done any of this kind of stuff before. These types of card stuff, it's not my thing. But let's see what we can figure out. So, who does the art? I wonder if we can find out that. Who does the art for Clash Royale? Supercell. So that's the developers. That might come in handy. Right, so let's just start at something really basic. So, art by Supercell. Oh, is that how it's spelt? Yeah. So, right, let's just try and use some of these words. Let's put Clash Royale cards. Is there anything in here? I assume that's another version of the game or something. So what about if I take that out? Creating stylized, let's take that out. Stylized content, Clash Royale cards, just a wee bit of reinforcement there. Now I wonder, now stuff like some of these websites, Kemi, what do you mean you should organise things into collections? It takes me to organise myself. Oh, what you mean? Oh, what? Yeah, I see what you mean. I'll show you something. Da, 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 da. I've got a couple of collections already. I stopped using them about 4 months ago. I just can't be bothered. So yeah. So art by Supercell, Clash Royale cards, stylized content, Clash Royale cards. Now, there's got to be some language used specifically for these cards. Now, I'm going to use a couple of really cool websites to do a wee bit of investigation here, and hopefully I might be able to get some help with these types of things. So, nope, 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 nope. I can't remember what the websites are. This might be one of them. No, that's not it. There's some kind of search engines that allow you to search all of the Stable Diffusion artwork images that have been done so far, and we could use that as a way of finding out, because I'm sure somebody's made, oh, I've actually made some of these cards before. Oh God, what? Oh, that was like 9 months ago though, so I'd have to go all the way. Oh, I'm not ploughing all the way through that. If you type Clash Royale card twice, doesn't it try to make an image with 2 cards then? Kemi, it's been a long time since I've used this type of method, so we'll soon find out. But it kind of hankers back to before we had Stable Diffusion. We could use coherent and or artistic, and we could use multiple prompts. So in here you could have Clash Royale cards, and then in this one you would put playing cards based on Clash Royale. That's that sort of stuff. Now in artistic and coherent, this reinforcement did exactly that. It reinforced the subject matter. Normally, I found that one of the reasons I stopped using it on Stable was because Stable was normally good enough to kind of get the point. But I'm in a completely new place here. Apart from I done some card type stuff for a game about 9 months ago, but for the love of it, takes me to remember what was there 9 minutes ago, never mind 9 months ago, so I don't remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with this really basic prompt, and we're going to leave it, I'm just going to leave everything as is at the moment. Now I think they might work better in portrait, so I'll do it in square first, and I'll leave the clip guidance and that off at the moment. Oh bugger, I hate it when I only create 4. I always prefer to use 16 because you just get much more options. You just get better ideas. And right, okay, so that looks pretty okay. So this looks kinda like some of these characters. So we might be on the right track here. Now, I could do with finding some more information about them though. Mobile. Oh, so it's a mobile game then. And it's yeah, so it's Clash of the Clans, and this must be some like some sort of battle royale in Clash of the Clans or Clash of the Clans. Okay, so right, that must be one of the characters. Right, is there anything here we can work with? No, but I would say we were on the right track. So let's go to duplicate. Right, let's see if we can maybe pop that guy's name in. See if that gives us any strength. Ika Pananen, God almighty, I just murdered his name, whatever it is, but let's see if it makes any difference. Right, and that Clash. So maybe if we put Clash of the Clans, Clash Royale cards, stylized content Clash Royale cards. Now let me just use this because I want to see. Let me see now. So those are just images, right? See, it's made the cards here, but that's not really what we're after. Damn it! I wish I could remember. I wish I could remember the cards I made, or even just one of these. Let me have a look and see if I can find that website, because somebody somewhere will have done something like this, so we might be able to find some handy words. If I can find the damn websites, that is. No, 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 no. Damn it. Oh, you know what? Where's that? Where is... I really need to thin this lot out. This is just stuff I've been collecting for months. No, no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Lexica. Sometimes good old Google, eh? Right, so let's put, I don't really know what they would be called, what the cards are called. Right, so yeah, that was always going to bring up those types of cards. So these board games, I assume they're board games, and I'm thinking of like the Dungeons and Dragons type board games where you got the cards for but I don't even know if that's the right thing. Let's just see if right, so clearly lots of people have been doing it, but and I suppose are these the kind of things? See this, but by the looks of things, yeah, like I've already typed. I've already gone for much more than most. See, they're good ones there, look. But it's simply... So by the looks of things, the way to do it really is just using the simple cards prompt. Maybe using some modifiers like depth of field. Oh, I hate spelling field. Let me see if there's any modifiers in here that might kind of work for this sort of stuff. No, we don't want anything like that. No. Some of the 3D cards aren't really 3D, are they? None of that. Maybe try that. Nope. Right, let's see if that gives us any improvement. Now I'm going to put it to portrait this time in 16. I'm going to bump the prompt up to 80, and I'm going to use, we'll start with simple, and I'll just leave that as it is at the minute. Kemi, I really don't know. Is that what they're called? MTG cards? I don't know what they're called. This is, oh right, so Magic the Gathering is a game then, so yeah, so that's the kind of thing I was thinking about, but maybe the Clash Royale stuff just isn't that. He specifically asked the question about see, they look like, I think that's probably what he means there. See them, they look like I assume it's a digital set of cards that gives you powers. Is that like you've got a cannon power or something like that? Right, okay, so card list. So I wonder if we could actually try and... Right, well this is definitely it. So it is cards that gives you X. So I wonder if we could specifically concentrate on, just pick one and see how close we can get to it maybe. So what we got up here? So Goblin Gang, so that's one, right? Let's have a look and see what this did. Yeah, it seems to be, I'm going to have to remove Clash of the Clans, aren't I? For this, because it's picking up Clash of the Clans, which I assume now is two different things. So, not that one. Where is it? What did I do with it? Right, so let's see if we can get some. So card, Goblin Gang. Right, let's see. I'm just going to move that out the way. I'm just going to try and use some of the language there and see if we can get. Right, so Goblin Gang. Clash Royale cards, and I'll put the greenest gang. Who knows? The greenest gang. Third Spear Goblin. Third Spear Goblin. I doubt very much if that's doing us any favours. And I think I might just remove this now just to see what comes up. I'll leave everything else as is. We'll just leave it like that and see what comes up. So, this can be a lengthy process, this, working away, but these look characterised, But I wonder if any of them are actually... oh, well, oh no, that's Jack Black as a character in the game of League Legends with a background based on the game of League Legends. Yeah. Not bad, I can see what they were doing, but Jack Black seems to be popular. What did I put up there? I didn't put Clash of Clans, did I? Clash Royale cards, try that. See, that looks like a card, but what have they done? Of Travis. Trading card. I wonder if trading card will help. Well, it's not terrible. So it's got the gist. It knows what I'm asking for, but I can only assume the reason it's doing this is because of this. Because there's so many of this, so I'm sure stuff like this was in when it got trained. But let's see if we can find anything in these that is... yeah. You know, it's just an image really, isn't it? It's not really a card. That's pretty good. That looks like it could be, you know, it could be a card. Right, so what do we do? Do we attempt to change that into a card? So now I'm just going to duplicate this. What was the words I found? Themed trading card. Themed trading cards. I'm going to move that. Oh, yeah, cards. And I'm going to put that down here. I might change the seed. I'm going to change that to fast, and I'm going to up the runtime. Let's see what happens. And where is it? Right, let's I'm going to take the noise weight off all the guy. I'm going to bump that up to 90, and let me just see what happened when we did we get anywhere any better? That one looks pretty good, but it's not really what we're after, I don't think. You know, I'm sure that, well, yeah, the writing's piss, isn't it, really? You know, that could be turned into a card, I guess. Damn it, there is a size, there is a... Right, I'm going to go and ask a colleague of mine. Right, what did we do? Where is it? Where is... Yeah, so we'll just... Let's see what happens just with a straight evolve. See if it gets anywhere. See if we get a better representation. But with the looks of things, if you're someone who is into this kind of stuff, you'll probably have a different language to use in relation to creating these cards than certainly I have. You know, I'm just basically flying by the seat of my pants, really. But I'm sure if you kept doing this, you know, they look like they could be character cards. I'm not really sure if that's what you're after, but you know, any one of those I'm sure could be adapted, and you could use, you know, I don't know if this will work, but we could add stylized modifiers to perhaps make them a little better. So depth of field for sure. We could use cinematic. I'm not sure if that will work. And maybe maybe even Unreal Engine might pop them out. I don't want to get into the realm of using words like intricate, and because I don't think the cards are that. And maybe even just a wee cheeky Clash Royale character set. Ugh, set won't do it. Clash Royale characters. Character. Third spear goblin. Now I am doubling up quite a lot here, so I've got no idea what it's going to do. Bump it up to fast, bump it up a wee bit there, let's see what happens. And just for the crack, let's see what Midjourney can come up with. Seen as Midjourney is extremely stylized at the moment. So, see what it pops up. That's on V4. So we'll wait and see. We'll have a wee look, see what Stable Diffusion's come up with. Now, did our... Well, they're pretty good, no? So what you've got there, that's Unreal Engine that's done that, I would say, and maybe even the depth of field. I would say depth of field's definitely come into play. So is Unreal Engine. Now, whether to say whether this is reinforced and the cinematic photography has done anything, you would have to kind of, you know, run the prompt and remove them to test them. So yeah, Midjourney's given me the results I expected, really. That's pretty damn awesome. But this one here, if let's see if we can. Midjourney is just so stylized at the moment. You know, anything you do is simply incredible. You know, I'll show you some of the stuff I was doing yesterday. So I got a dodgy picture of my girlfriend and my cat and made all of these. Tons of them. I made some real crackers of my mate. He wasn't very happy, like. Where are they? Where are they? Let's see if I can find them. There. He wasn't happy, I'll tell you that for nothing. So we started with this picture. It's a pal of mine up in Scotland, and we started off with, I had to like do a few changes, and then I crossed them. I smashed two images together, So that one, and what is that? Where did they? What? Oh right, yeah, okay. And the picture of him. So I smashed both of them together, and we started to come up with this odd stuff. And then I started using different images, and I wasn't too chuffed, like, yeah. But it's good fun smashing images together. So yeah, so there you go. There's your kind of. I'm sure that's kind of what he's talking about. So I wonder if I can. I'm not really sure how well Midjourney will take to Clash Royale. Right, let's remove the S. See if we get singular. Single card. Single card. Singular. See what happens. Sometimes you get lucky. I've actually I've probably fallen a wee bit behind with what's going on, especially with Midjourney, I would imagine, because I've not done it for a while. I've not been really looking deep into these things. I've got some very specific ideas that I mess around with myself, but these, they look definitely doable. And if you were wanting to make your own cards, like removing these things is a piece of piss. If you use what the hell is that website called? Clean up pictures. Right, what one do we like? What one do I like? What one do I... Right, let's go for this wee guy here. So let's just jazz him up a bit. Let's ×4 him. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that because I've not got a membership on the website that I'm going to go to. So you only get 720 on this. So there was no need for me to put it up that much. But if somebody wants to use images like this to create the cards, then hi Kimmy. Then I'm sure. Yeah, I've got Photoshop. I just don't use it. I actually almost cancelled my because I've got a, what is it you call it, a subscription to the whole thing. I think it cost me like 17 quid a month or something, but I wanted to get into After Effects, but it's just the way my brain works. One minute I wanted to, I've got 17 things that I want to learn by next Tuesday, and I just need to stop doing that because I just end up doing nothing in the end. But I don't need Photoshop for this type of thing, so I'll just put green monster. Oh no, it's a goblin, isn't it? Green goblin. So I'm just like, it's just in case the person that asked me this is watching. If you come to this website, clean up pictures, and if you just come in here and do that, and you'll probably get that wee bit there as well. Just do that, it's gone. Oh, that's the worst I've ever seen it work. Normally works better than that. Right, yeah, there you go there. See, it's gone. We'll get that wee bit there, get rid of that. There's a wee strange bit there as well. Let's just get rid of that. That's it. I mean, that picture's, I'm pretty sure, I don't think I could do any better than Photoshop, Kemi. I don't think it's in that wee bit there. I can just remove that. I don't think, if that's literally all we wanted to do, then yeah, fair enough. I'm sure it could get, I'm sure Photoshop's capable of doing many, many more things than that. But I don't know, I'm just lazy now. I just can't be bothered learning so much stuff. if I'm going to learn anything, the next thing I'm going to learn is installing Stable Diffusion locally. But before I do that, I've got to buy a bloody graphics card, which probably means I have to buy a whole new PC. So justifying like the £3,000 it's going to cost me, yeah, I can't see it somehow. But yeah, if you're watching, I can't even remember the person's name now. Fire Skeleton. If you're watching, I hope that kind of helps you somehow, and is kind of what you were talking about. With any luck, that might be able to help you out. So what I was really going to do, the reason I was coming online, again, was just to mess about really. And if anybody kind of turns up and wants, what the hell is that? Oh right, okay. If anybody turns up and wants to ask questions, then yeah, rock and roll. Where is... Now I'm sure there was some questions on my YouTube channel under the community tab. Alright, so people wanted to see more live streams. There's 40% of the people that took part in that little whatever it is you call it, poll that I did, said they wanted to know more about specific models in Night Cafe. Now I'm pretty sure I've done videos on all of that stuff. You know, Stable Diffusion, well, maybe done one on DALL-E, but it's just the same as the rest of them. DALL-E's great for photorealistic stuff. Stable Diffusion's great for pretty much anything. Coherent and artistic are two completely different animals, and take a bit more prompt crafting, and but artistic can be quite artistic, and coherent can bring artistic round into a coherence that's pretty cool. But I've done videos on that stuff already, so I'm not going to do them again. There's not really any point. So what I was actually going to do was just mess around and show you kind of what I've been doing of late. My favourite thing of late is to find really random artists and use them in prompts. Some of my old prompts, kind of trying to refresh stuff in both Night Cafe and Midjourney, and cross-pollinating. So maybe getting an image from Midjourney and kind of using it as a start image in Night Cafe, just to see what happens, just basically for something to do, if I'm being honest. I started a wee project here where I was trying to do like a really young Mad Hatter, and then a slightly older one, then a slightly older one, then a slightly older one, and a slightly older one. I got distracted, didn't my girlfriend distract me, so so I got pretty much distracted there. But yeah, I guess you're right, Kemi. Everybody is using Stable, but artistic and coherent are unique, and the technology they use is slightly different. You know, I can put, you know, you can put a basic prompt into these two, and it's not going to be anywhere near as good as these two. But what it can do is give you a unique start. Let's try something. Let's find an old what is this nonsense? Am I not logged in or what? Sometimes. Don't know how it was showing my stuff then. Right, so let's find it used to give you loads of search terms. Oh, come on. They don't seem to be there anymore. They must have changed it. It's been. I actually just renewed my sub today. Yeah, Roxy Red. Yeah. I started in coherent and artistic way back in February. It was, and I got some alright results. I learned a lot. Probably a lot of my collections have probably, like, in fact, I'll show you something I did in artistic and coherent. It was, I was doing, I wanted to see, I've got a book called 100 Manga Artists, and I wanted to see how the artists, one, if the AI knew about them, and two, see how much it knew about them and how much all of the different artists changed. So this is what I ended up with. I've got about, I think there's 200 of these. And the prompt is basic samurai warrior with sword by Jiro Taniguchi, and I basically just did samurai warrior with sword and the 100 manga artists that I've got in my book, and it was very interesting even back then, the differences. I think I'm trying to remember how I did them again. So I did an art. Let me go back all the way back to the beginning. Because I thought I had 300 of them. Because I thought I'd done artistic, coherent. Right, let's have a look. So that one there, what's that? So that's a coherent. Right, what's the name of the Koji Ihara? So coherent, artistic. So I must have just done one in artistic and one in coherent. That's what I did. So, and some of the finished results, like for instance that one there, that's my favourite one. Now if I put that into stable, what do you think I'm going to get? Do you think I'm going to get anything as artistic as that? You know, that to me is artistic in a what's the word? Abstract. It's not. I know it isn't an abstract creation in the truest form of that word. But if I use that same prompt in, I'll do one in stable, and I'll do it in DALL-E as well. Yeah, they might look better compositionally, and realistically, if we can use that. But you know, they're different models, and it's not quite the same. Yes, Roxy. One of the things I always used to do was if I had an idea, I always started in artistic, and artistic basically made the starter image for coherent. Coherent seemed to solidify the idea into a more coherent output, but sometimes I liked artistic. So see, look, like that's the DALL-E 2 one. You know, I have to say that is pretty cool. I like that. I think that's quite stylized, but and it's done exactly what it says on the tin, you know. So yeah, it's fulfilled what I asked it to do. But is it as good as that? I guess it depends what you're looking for, right? And Stable has given me all of these, but there's something weird about them. I know it's very stylized on Japanese art, because you see a lot of Japanese art like that. And there's nothing wrong with it. You know, they're pretty cool, but let's have a look at all of these. Yeah, the guy's head's cut off. It's probably because I should have put it into portrait, really. You know, some of them are cool. You know, that's a beauty. I love that. That guy's moving his sword pretty damn quick. That's pretty cool, although, yeah, look, it's thrown it into a photo. That's a nice one. That dude's got wooden legs or something. That it's a bit weird, to say the least. That's pretty cool, though. He's got a third leg there, which I'm not too sure about. And that is, you know, that's pretty good. Yeah, Roxy, DALL-E 2 tends to be, it's pretty shit hot for coherency and realism as well. But that's, I suppose the beauty of all of this is that you know, we know for a fact that if I go into coherent and artistic, I'm going to get results that are never going to be as coherent as that, ever. But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Or that's what I think the beauty of it is, because I can come in here and get something. Look, DALL-E will never come up with that. Never. It just simply won't do it. Stable Diffusion might, after multiple adaptations, but it's horses for courses, right? It's different tools for different outcomes, and I think I've done quite a lot on. In fact, I've done a completely different test for Midjourney. So if I go to my website, and I might actually do another one of these, because it was, I don't know if you guys have ever done any of that, but I sold this the other day. These are NFTs, but it's not a single image. This image changes every hour. There's 24 images based on the 21 facial expressions research done by Professor Martinez back in 2014, and there's extra smiley ones there. But I sold it. It actually sold last week, I think it was. But it's not just a single image. You know, I've done single image NFTs and I've got them on OpenSea and shit like that, but I prefer the dynamic stuff, and I've even done music ones. Roxy, seeing as you've said you like it, I'll show you what the whole thing's actually like. So it's called, oh Christ for the love of me, it's either a dynamic blueprint or something like that. Now, I've sold a couple. Now, that's not the first one I've sold. And if you really, you know, you've got to be into the tech. If you think NFTs are cool, and especially dynamic NFTs, i.e. it's not just one flat 2D JPEG, basically. If you're into stuff like that and you want to try it out, this is the place to be. So the one that sold was this one here. So as you can see, that image there is the same as the one on my website. What time is it? 9:10. It must have just changed. It will change again at 10 o'clock. Let me see if it will show you all the... I can't remember what it shows you and what it doesn't show you. Oh yeah, I can show you them all. So what you've got here is it's a autonomous NFT that changes every hour, and it's got 24 states. So I'll show you them. And these are all based on the 21 facial expressions that scientist discovered after testing loads of humans. So every now and again, because a lot of them, as humans are bloody depressing, I threw in 3 extra happy ones. So they've all got names, although, excuse me, I don't see their names there. There's a happy one, so that's a happy one. The rest will be black and white until the next happy one. But they were all based on the actual emotions, on the 21 emotions that this guy came up with. And yeah, I sold it for, I don't remember how much I sold it for. 180 quid, something like that. 0.01 Ethereum, something like that. Now, if you're into this stuff, if you're interested, because what I'm showing you now is the tip of the iceberg with this stuff. So what did I sell it for? 0.13 Ethereum, 164 US dollars. And I sold another one as well. I don't know if they're still on my website, because is House on the Hill still here? Oh, this was just a stupid one I made. So that one changes as well. I think that must be still on there as well somewhere. Take that one away. Yeah, it was. I was wanting to test the process, so I made this one, and I made some art of these ghost books, and it reminded me of a TV series I seen when I was a kid, and I think it was called Salem's Lot, and it had like a vampire who had like 2 teeth at the front, and when I did this, this reminded me of that. So, but I made it really stupid. It's really daft. So this one has got 4 states. So it's got one for the morning. One for sunrise, one for daytime, one for nighttime, and one for sunset. So that was supposedly day. I don't know why. I was just off my head. That was sunset. I told you I was. Yeah, I'm an idiot. The night one is that one, and sunrise is that one. So yeah, I think Salem's Lot actually, Kemi, is a 4-part TV series. They might have put it into a movie. I don't know. But yeah, so that one there, that's the 4-state one. Then you've got the 24-hour state one, and then it gets super complex. You can do what are called blueprints. I did have one, and it was a music. So you can do the same thing with music. I'll show you some of the art ones. So these are just some of the stuff that people have done. And you can, so this person here has created 333, because you basically you put the images in, and then this one's got a unique combo count. There's a possible 15,000 of these, but he's only selling 333. And you can get really complicated with it, and it's so cool. Some of them are like really amazing, but if you want to get into Web3 and start to take advantage of the new tech, this dynamic stuff, bugger all that 2D stuff. I don't really get the point of that stuff. I do get the point of it if it's got stuff attached to it, like, buy this 2D JPEG NFT image and you'll get a ticket to our concert or something. That's fair enough. But this stuff to me is just more creating. So I'll show you what the reveal looks like. So if you buy one of these, this is what you get, because you make all these different levels. So this is like a cloud whale, then it's got a twilight background, then trash, and like. So yeah, it creates that. Now, there's 15,000 possible variations of that, and they're only selling, so everyone's different. And you can have the same kind of level-based stuff with music. I'll show you some of the music stuff. I've done some of the music stuff, but I didn't like the way the reveal worked, so I took it down. So this is what the music sounds like. A lot of things I really like to write nibbles. Right, so that's one version of it. There's 3,000 editions, which means there's a possible there's a possible combo count of 90,417,605, of which they're only doing 3,000. So, you know, your version will be different, and it's not just the images, it's the music that's different as well. So listen. This one. This one. So everything's different, and if we go into one, I'll show you the reveal for the ones with the images and the music. I know I've got really sidetracked here, haven't I? But I think for artists, this, and I'll tell you something really cool about this in a minute as well. So this is it revealing. So it reveals for each layer there's an image and a piece of music. You can't actually hear the music playing at the moment because I'm an idiot. Let me just let me just do the reveal again for you so you can get the. So each layer has got music and an image, and they build up and work on top of each other. So one layer might be, here we go, right, strings. So that's just strings, drums coming next with the next image. Guitar next maybe. Cello and piano with that image. And then it just builds up like that. It's wondrous. That's it. Cool stuff, huh? How many layers can you have? Do you want me to show you, Kemi? This might give you nightmares. Right, so they've changed the website, so let me just have a wee look. Create. So they're oh right, hopefully they may have made some new templates since the last time I done it, but right, let's have a look. Reality processing. Right, so this was the music one I made. Yeah, it's not going to show you because I told them to remove it. So it's not going to, I don't think it's going to let you, is it going to let you see it? Yeah, so this is the music one I made. Let's see if we can. I'll run a mock render for you. This was me just learning, so there you go. There's 16 versions of the one I made. You know, it's pretty shit because I'm crap at graphics. I didn't really know anything about graphics, so I thought I used Midjourney to create these images, and then I chopped them up into 5 layers, and I made loads of different music, so you can hear the music. Yeah. So right, it doesn't normally take this long. Right, okay, so I'll just get these 4 ready, and this one. It's a process. So yeah. Yeah, it is a bit loud. There's still, so one of the reasons I kind of removed my blueprint at the time is because there's no volume control. They've fixed quite a lot of the stuff I complained about. If I turn my audio down, so so that's just 16 possible renders with different music and stuff. But back to your question, so this is the one I done, and that's how many layers there was in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and that's nothing. So I'll show you now. If I come back to here, no, get away for that, away for that, away for that. Oh Christ, it's shown me the whole thing. Right, so if I come here and I go new piece, and let's just say I just want to do an art blueprint without the music in this case. So I'll choose custom, blah 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 blah. I'll go, this is a test, create project. Right, so what you can do is you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think that is 9 types, but I can even add more multiple types. Get rid of that, delete type. So each type has, in fact, no, I don't want to be on the dashboard. To answer your question short before I start waffling, the answer, the last time I recall, it was you can have something like 64 of these, 128 layers, and within each layer you can have 128 states. There is no monthly fee. You don't get charged anything. It doesn't cost you anything. The only time that money gets taken from you is you have to mint it. Okay, so when you mint it, you'll get charged however much it costs to mint at the time, which used to be really expensive because Ethereum was on a proof of work blockchain, but now they're on a proof of sale blockchain. It'll be pennies. I haven't done one for a while, and async gets, you know what, let me just get to async market and I'll answer your questions for you properly. So it was right, so royalties, you have the right to receive, right, so fees. For all sales of visual works other than limited edition sales, you agree that 10 to 20% of your first sale will go to Async as a commission fee. So they take 10 to 20%. An acknowledgement of Async's provision of the marketplace services. So basically 10 to 20% of your first sale they will take, and that's because they give you all the tools. There's no other website anywhere that does this like this. There's other websites that do things similar but not like this. But here, check this out. So I have sold the one that I sold for, what was it, 0.13 Ethereum. So if I go to my profile and I come in here, into the masters, so this one's been sold for 0.13 Ethereum. So I still own it, but Alshale actually owns. No, I don't actually own it. They own it now, but it still shows up here until it's been sold once more. So if this person puts it on, let's say they put this for sale somewhere, so they've got to come back to this page to do it. But if they're, I don't know, showing it to their, Twitter fans or whatever, and they sell it for, let's say they sell it for $1,000 US, I get 10% of the secondary sale. That doesn't happen anymore anywhere else. Now that's the beauty of NFTs. Yes, I get 10% of whatever they sell it for. So if he sells that for $1 million, I get 100 grand. If he sells it for $10, I get $1. No, only once. Only the secondary sale. That's it. Once it's gone through that, it belongs to whoever it is that's got it then. But this is that the reason that can be done is through the NFT token, which is IRC NFT token. Can't bloody remember. Yeah, I know it's a non-fungible. What is it? So it's the NFTs. It's the I can't remember now. What's the name of the NFT token? What's it called? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but it's there, the ERC721 token, which is on. So these tokens can only be created on the Ethereum blockchain, but it's that technology, that token technology that allows you to do this. So they sell it. I'm still attached to it because of the token, and then I get the 10%. But it's one of the great things about it is if you're a musician, for instance, Kemi, you could sell your album as an NFT to 100 people, and you could set it up so that in fact, let me explain it in a better way. What some people have done already has said, I want to make an album, and they've made maybe 1 or 2 tracks, and they've sent those tracks to their fans. Their fans have then came back and bought NFTs. Let's say 100 fans have bought NFTs at, say, $100 each, and that's given the artist enough money to be able to make the album. But when the album's made, they sell the album as an NFT, and every person, so the 100 people who donated the money at first for him to create the album, they all get a percentage. In this case, if it was 100 people, it'd be 1% each. But if it was 10 people that paid for this person to make the album, they get 10% each. So the artist gets paid money to make the album from his fans. He then sells the album, and his fans make money on him selling the album. So does he. There's never been anything like this for artists ever. You know, artists always get screwed over. You know, the record label gets X amount of percentage. The guy that designed the CD cover gets X amount of percentage. You know, it just goes on and on. So NFTs and these types of NFTs specifically are extremely interesting, and you should look into them if you're looking to make any kind of money from your art on music or both. It's quite complicated, but if any of you do want to get into it, give me a shout and I'll walk you through it. I've not got a problem with that, no worries. Anyway, back to what I was doing, if I can bloody remember. Yeah, so how long have I been talking nonsense for now? An hour and 15 minutes, right? I don't want to go too long. So what I was actually going to do today was I've been messing around with multiple artists again, and I'm finding it, the more I'm doing it, the better the results I'm getting. You know, I'm starting to come across stuff like this, which is, you know, it's I'm starting to get results. Granted, these ones aren't that great because I was messing with these 2 artists earlier, but the more I'm doing this, the more I am getting, what's the word, unique. I know they're probably not unique, but I really haven't seen much art like this. You know, I've not seen a lot of stuff like that, and I certainly haven't seen a lot of stuff like this. You know, it's so stylized, and yeah, honestly, that Async, ASYNC, if that interests you at all, I advise you to look into it, because that world, the Web3 world and NFTs in that guise is all about community. Hello, Harry. So yeah, it's definitely worth looking at, if you ever get the time, and if you feel inspired by that kind of stuff. But anyway, this stuff, you know, I am really loving at the moment, mixing artists. I had a little go at the cartoon, at the comic strip stuff earlier as well for the challenge. Roxy, I got some wonderful results with those two artists. You know, some of them are flabbergasting. But the reason I was going to make the video to show this is because I've started to see, to be honest, a lot of the stuff you see online, and it's nobody's fault. It's the same for everybody when they first start. Everything looks the same pretty much. You know, you've got your artists that everybody wants to use straight away. You know, you've got the I want to see what Geiger does to this, or I want to see what Disney does, or Pixar, which is great. Like for instance, I use Tim Burton constantly because I love the aesthetic, but mixing artists just comes, the results are, to me anyway, they're just more interesting. You know, I'm not saying they're better or worse or whatnot, but the effects, the images that come from mixing artists, yeah, I bet you do. Roxy, you must be the same as me then, because I love mixing them as well. There's just something about it. And I'm the same as you. I'm all over the shop. You know, I'm bouncing. If you were to look at my creations, I'm everywhere. But I am really starting to really study the aesthetics of using different artists to get these amazing results, really. And these haven't taken me any time at all. You know, I've come up with a prompt that I liked. So what we got here, so this actually started with that. I started with that. Super being living in the fifth dimension. And from there, I started adding, and I do that all the time. I always start small, and then I keep going and going, and then when something kind of grabs me, I like to move with it, and I like to try dumb shit as well. You know, look what I wrote there in the end. Beyond the mind of humans. What do you think? Do you think that the AI even knows what that is? Probably not, but it made a difference. It definitely made a difference. So, so what I was going to do was I was just going to mess around really and just do some stuff. I might even start with this now. And I'm still, those of you that have seen my stuff before, I don't really do it like this anymore. I tend to have if I'm using an artist to try and get their aesthetic, I'll put it at the beginning of the prompt, then I'll put the main subject of the prompt, and then I'll use the modifiers after that. And sometimes I might break that rule ever so slightly. So if I'm not getting the colours that I want, for instance, I might take something like If I've used something like rainbow colour scheme, for instance, which is something I use a lot, because a lot of the art that I do when I'm kind of, I don't want to say serious, but when I'm sitting down to do stuff, tends to be a wee bit on the darker emotional side, and I love the juxtaposition of throwing in rainbow colour scheme. You know, you've got some really depressing photo, but it's in rainbow colour. There's something, I find something really satisfying and heartwarming about that, and it makes me feel better. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? So I might actually do something with this now. So I am just going to duplicate that, and I'm going to go with, we're going to take that away, and we're going to go now you guys can't, I'll show you what Koji Ihara does. I got him out of my book actually, but I'm sure there will be some of his art online. Let's have a look. So yeah, he does kind of all different kinds of stuff really. I think he's been about for a while. Stuff like this, stuff like that. That's the stuff that's in my book, and I think that's kind of where are we? I think that was kind of like the image that came up. So so we've got that kind of manga stylistic stuff. Is it that bad? That this is me talking slowly as well. I didn't realise it was that rough. So what I like to do really is what I've been trying to experiment with is, so this guy's clearly manga, right? So I'm going to try and find something that definitely is not manga. I can't say the opposite of manga because I don't know what that is. So I will go into, I've got a few cracking websites that I love to use. I can't be bothered reading all that. I know where the other one is. And anybody that's seen any of my stuff has probably seen, thanks Harry. It's funny how many people like the Scottish accent, it's weird. But you've probably seen me use this website before. There's a couple of different ways you can look at it. You can look at it in gallery view. So it just gives you the name and it gives you an image of what their style is, which is pretty cool if you're looking for a style. See, look at that, right? Okay, I like that. I'll use that name. But I also like to look at the table, because I like to look at the tags that the artists are known for. So you know, I've got one artist in anime. So so now I want to find something that isn't anime. Something that is definitely, so maybe something whimsical perhaps, maybe, or clean impressionism. I'm not going to use that, not recognise. I tend to look for 3-star stuff. Let's try that one there. And you can click open here and you can have a wee look. See, I love that aesthetic straight away, but it's kind of it's kind of got a weird manga-ish. But you know what? I'm just because I like it, I'm going to use it. So what I tend to do then is I'll come in and just go and the name, but something that 100% makes a difference. Make sure you put the first name first and the second name second, because I've tested it and it makes a difference. You can do it the other way, you'll just get a different aesthetic, and it won't be, in certain cases, in a lot of cases I found, it doesn't use the artist as strong as some would, as it would if you put the name right. So art by Koji Ihara, Ishima Chiho, samurai warrior with sword, and I'm going to go. There's a couple of things I like to start off with, because I always start basic. Yeah, I've tried Sean Tan. I think I think I broke 30,000 creations last week. I've tried a lot. So I always like to throw in rainbow colour scheme, and I also like to use kind of straight off the bat depth of field, because I like the aesthetic. I like the way that brings some stuff out, and I can't remember if you lose the text if you do this. No, I wasn't meaning to be in DALL-E then. So I just start there really, and I tend to leave everything alone except number of images. I always do 16, simply because it always gives me better results. And I tend to leave this alone at the moment. However, there are two new sampling methods. I don't know when they popped up. I can't remember when I first noticed. So I'm going to try DDIM, and I'll just leave the prompt weight as it is. The one thing I will change is, what am I wanting here? What's my final goal? A samurai warrior with a sword. That's it. So I'm going to put it to portrait. I could do widescreen, but it can duplicate characters, and it can get a bit messy. So I'll start with portrait, and I'll leave all is all to that at the minute, and away we go. What's going on up here? Don't need that, do I? What is that? See, like, people like stuff that I done a million years ago. What is this? Oh, what was I doing there? I was working on designing something for somebody, I think. Look at that weird bloke just pops up. Right, okay, somebody liked that then. Interesting. Right, let's see what we got. Right, what did we end up with? Okay, not bad, not what I'm looking for though. Yeah, so I think what's happened there is this one has kind of made it a bit, I don't know, cartoonishy. That's nice. I do like that though. That's an image I could work on. Nope. 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 I could probably work on that as well. Nope. 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 Right, so I didn't get the results, and probably because initially my plan was not to have that type of artist. So let's see if I can go and find something else. Something else that is just bizarre. See, like this. What are we getting for this guy? I've used this guy before. Yes. Now, this guy mixed in with Tim Burton is bizarre. Some wonderful results. Let me just get his name. And something I didn't do on the other one, which I normally do, but I forgot, but I'll do it this time so you can see. So what I'm going to do is replace his name. I'm going to take that and put it the right way around. But something else I normally do, and something I forgot to do here, was so the first artist is manga, right? So I'm just going to put manga, and the second artist is known for these three guys. Oh, yeah, for some reason on some parts of the websites you can copy stuff, and some parts of the website you can't copy stuff. So I think we need to come over here. Oh bugger, who was it I just used? Oh, where is he gone now? Archipenko. There, right. So if you get rid of that one, if you come here, and if you click here, you can copy from here. So I like to do this because What it tends to do is strengthen the artist's influence by using their actual art. Or their style, sorry, should I say. So manga, sculpture, abstract, and cubism, and I do love a bit of cubism, I have to say. Rainbow colour scheme, depth of field. Now, I tend to start to add modifiers here to push it towards what I'm interested in. So I'm interested, my primary interest when I'm doing stuff like this is mystical stuff, because I'm a Buddhist, and Buddhism stuff. I also like, I'm very much into space and sci-fi type stuff, so I might go down that path as well. I also like to use psychedelic stuff. That's because of a misspent childhood, but I love the aesthetic as well, and I sometimes like to use intricate details, and every now and again I'll throw something like Unreal Engine in just to see what happens. But this is where I try to start to sculpt what I'm after, you know. So in this instance I'm going to go what we got, depth of field. I'm going to throw in 16K resolution. I'm also going to throw in intricate detail, and leave it at that for the time being. Now this is where I start to make changes normally. I like to go one step at a time. I'm fortunate because I've always got hundreds of credits, so I can waste credits. But I always change my seed every time I do it, just because it's just the way I am. I'll take the prompt weight up to 80 this time, and I'm going to put the clip guidance into simple, and I'm bumping the run time up. So let's see where we get this time. Now, certain things always happen. This will either be a complete shambles, or it'll give me an aesthetic that I've never seen before and something I can work on. Also, in the meantime, I will grab this, and just because I can, oh, what happened there? Hey, what? Right, just because I can, I'll throw it into Midjourney. Now, Midjourney is the best AI on the market at the moment, without question, if you want extremely stylized results with the least amount of effort. They've done something in the back end. They've always been screwing around with the back end, these guys. They always add stuff additionally to make your images more stylized. So if you like that kind of thing, see, look at the results there. Look at that. They are fantastic. From Samurai Warrior with Sword by Koji Ihara, and you've got that. I don't know about you, but like they all look like artworks to me. However, already we've got people like fighting about it online. It's hilarious. Oh, it's too stylized, it's too easy. And these are all these are all the guys that were using Google Collabs, like maybe 2 years ago, and they're of the camp that it's got to be complicated to be good. I don't agree with that at all. It's good if you like it. If it looks good to you, if you get some pleasure from it, I don't care. I typed in 7 words. 7 words I typed in there, and I got some of the best samurai art I've ever seen. You're right, number 4 is flabbergasting. I don't care it took me 7 words. What people don't know is I've researched that phrase, and I've researched that artist. so I knew the kind of output I would get. I didn't realise it would be that stylized, because that's Midjourney crazy. So look at this. Look at that. It's just, I don't know what to say about that. It's just absolutely mental. And you can just keep, and that's on V4. It's very easy for me to get a different outlook on that. If I come in here and just change that to V3, we'll bump that up to there, and we'll come in here. Let's see what V3 does. It won't be as stylized, but it'll be different. Once it's finished, is it away yet? Let me just wait till it starts. I don't really know if me doing this, right, it started, so I think it's still using the old one. Style medium, MJ4, base quality, that should be at. That's it. So the great thing about this, if I do that, I can do that a couple of times, right, and I'll get that stylized. I can do that with this. I'll just do that 3 times and we're away. So let's see where we got to with this. So, I don't know what it is about this stuff. It just tickles me. I think they're great. They're maybe not what you would expect from a samurai warrior with a sword, but that's the point. That's the point of mixing the artists. That's what I love. I love the fact that that's something I could never have thought of in myself. Absolutely not. But the results, yeah. And let's say it was a wee bit too much, or you liked it but you wanted something else, and here, this is what I do. Or I can, what I can do is that, copy that 10 times, put in 10 different sets of artists, and then then it starts to get mental. The amount, the options that come up are just crazy. Let me see if I can find something really right. Let's try that one there, because the character sci-fi stuff kind of tickles my fancy a wee bit. Who should we remove? I'm going to go this way. I'm going to get rid of the manga aspect. Cut that. Midjourney's going mad. Is my voice still loud enough? Aye, it is. Sound. So we've removed the manga. So I'm just going to remove manga from there, and I'm going to go back to here, and I'm just going to copy these and see what we get. Did I put them first? I did put them first, so I'll pop it in there. Ugh, does my head in when it does that. Character, sci-fi, messy, monochromatic. Now, how is that going to go with rainbow colour scheme? Let's see what happens. So, samurai warrior with sword. Character, I'll separate that, I think. And I'll separate sci-fi. I'll separate them all, I think, because they're pretty. I might, messy monochromatic sounds like it might be in. Messy monochromatic 3D. That sounds like it might be interesting. Again, randomise the seed. I'm going to leave that at 80. Let's go for a widescreen and change this to fast, and let's see what we get. In the meantime, let's see the results I got from. Right, so what did we get? Very nice. There's just, yeah, it's they're very there's no background or anything, so I'm not really sure what you could use them for, but they're cool nonetheless. What the deuce? Right, so this is when I upped the style. Yeah, so basically that there has caused this to move away from the subject. But there's, even that in itself, if you like that kind of stuff, I think it's pretty cool. Right, so this one got a bit Yeah, it got a bit more, I don't know, dynamic maybe? Flashy. What's different in that one? That was V4. Oh, no, it's just back to V4, just different versions. But these, yeah, I'm definitely going to work with some of these, I think, because they're pretty mental. Yeah, there's something about them, isn't there? There's just something about those guys. But yeah, that's kind of how easy Midjourney seems to have made things. Change of artist, what did we get? Yeah, see, you know what I mean when I said it can be a shambles sometimes. So, problem, monochromatic 3D is definitely an issue. Sculpture has probably caused this sculpture effect, so we don't like that at all. And right, it's 5 to 10, it's my bedtime, so I'm going to do one more. I'm removing that. I'm removing that and that. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to change the artists. Right. I'm going to use this one. Never used this one before either, but I'm hoping he's going to bring some romanticism into it. Yeah, I want to see a loved up samurai. No, I'm going for the landscape accent, the landscape part of his skill set, hopefully. And I'm going to go into the modifiers here, and I'm going to add I'll put map painting. I'm going to go for some weirdness. Pencil sketch can add detail sometimes, or actually refine detail when you like evolve and stuff. I'm going to put, I don't want to put any 3D stuff in. Let's just go with good old Unreal Engine, see what it does. And a futuristic sci-fi space core. Let's go for that. Right, and we shall randomise that again. I'm going to put that back to 50. I'll leave that on fast, and I'll just leave it there, see what happens. But yeah, so that's kind of me done for the night. It's my bedtime. But yeah, using multiple artists, some of the aesthetics that come out from nowhere. Look at this stuff. That's Geiger, Picasso, and Louis Jouet, and someone else. And I love that stuff, man. It's so stylized. It's brilliant. But I suppose I'm easily impressed as well. Lots of the music stuff I've been doing recently. So yeah, I done Tim Burton with Steinberg's Cubase, and I got stuff like this. They're brilliant. Well, I think they're brilliant. As I say, I'm easily pleased. But check this piano out. And I'll use them for album covers and stuff. Stuff like this. How moody is this? Look at that. There's just a lot of atmosphere in there. This stuff, yeah, I just find it's wondrous. It's just the stuff it comes up with when you just tease it and kind of experiment. And I suppose that's the key word, isn't it? Experiment. Try and come up with. Does my head a minute? Doesn't it catch up? Yeah, experiment. Like, you know, come up with stuff like this. These, I love that aesthetic. I'm probably going to get that on a massive backdrop. But yeah, mess around and experiment. That tends to be the best way. So what did we get? What was the new stuff I just did? Didn't I just do some new stuff? I thought I did. But maybe not. I thought I asked it to do more prints. Come on, come on, come on. 7,000 images on this account. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Right, guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you learned something. I'm sure you learned something about NFTs, dynamic NFTs, and async. Hit me up if you want me to help you out designing anything like that. It is complicated, I won't lie, and it takes a long time, especially for somebody like I'm not an artist. So a lot of people use Photoshop to create, layer one's got a dot in the left hand corner, then layer two's got a smiley face in the middle, then layer three's got, whereas I've got no patience for that kind of jazz. So I'll just use stuff like this and see what happens. And you can manipulate it all in that anyway. But yeah, I'm shooting the craw now. It's 10 o'clock. I'm late for my bed. You're welcome, Roxy. Hope to see you again. Any questions? I can be found. You can leave them on the YouTube channel. You can see me in the Night Cafe Discord, or if you're a part of my Discord, the Matt Carter's Tea Party, you can get me in there. Yeah. All the best. Have a good evening. Take it easy, Harry. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks.